We're going to start in an easy cross-legged. And before we get going, a little bit later into the practice, I'm going to be asking you to create a rainbow over your head. So I just want you to see what that is. So you'll be lying on your back, your arms will be out. And what I'm saying is you're going to kind of create this half rainbow. You'll come over to your side and then you'll open up the same way you came. Of course, I'll cue it and direct you to my best of ability, but I thought it'd be best to show you. So we're going to start in an easy cross-legged position, and you can rest your hands onto the knees. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a few breaths to center yourself. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, softening the skin on your face. As you'll seal your lips, you'll start to breathe in and out through your nose only. The challenge is that your breath is fuller and deeper than it normally is. You can keep your eyes closed or you can flutter them open. You'll bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then you'll bring your chin to center chest. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And then lift your head upright. Bring your left ear back to your left shoulder. And then your chin to center chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. And then lift your head upright. Holding onto your knees, lift your chest up like a sitting cow posture, exaggerating your shoulder blades in. And then bring your chin to your chest, round in the spine like cat as you'll hold on to your knees. Go ahead and come forward, draw your chest through, exaggerate your shoulder blades in. Chin to chest, round in your spine and lean back. One more time, inhale. Chin to chest, lean back, round in spine, exhale. Go ahead and come to sit up to stack your shoulders over your hips and dangle in your arms. You're just going to sweep your arms side to side, left to right. Letting the arms be heavy and loose, they just carelessly will sweep from side to side. And then as you're going to come through to the center, you'll make your way onto your back. So as you'll scoot forward and lie all the way down, come to hug your knees in towards your chest. Now as you hold on to the knees or your shins, or you can grab behind to the back of the thighs, come to create ankle circles. Now it might be helpful to make these circles in the same direction. And while you make these ankle circles, you can wiggle or scrunch in your toes. And then take the circles in the opposite direction, splaying out the toes and curling them in. And then as you'll relax in the feet, You're going to create one circle with your knees on the ceiling. So you can fall the knees over to one side, bring the knees forward in front of you, drift them to the other side and back into your center chest. So you'll imagine your knees are creating just this one circle on the ceiling. And then change the direction of your circles. And then as you're going to come to center, initially you might begin with the cupping of your hands to the knees. You'll now create two circles on the ceiling. So the knees hug in towards your face. The toes can probably stay together. Knees will fall away, move away from you, and then they'll reconnect as they're drawn back towards the face. So now two circles on the ceiling, opening up the hips. And then change the direction when it feels comfortable in your body, the opposite way. And as you're going to bring the knees together, we're going to keep the feet lifted up off of the ground and come into a butterfly. So as the heels and soles of your feet come together to touch, you can hold onto your ankles, you can hold onto your shins. You can stay still or you can rock side to side. Now you might be comfortable here, staying in this butterfly form. Or if it's in your practice, you can come into a happy baby, grabbing the inside, outside soles of your feet. You can grab a hold of your ankles or rest your hands to your inner thighs. Your ankles rest above the knees and the knees fall out really wide. Here too, you can stay still or rock from side to side. And then as you'll come through to the center, let your knees fall in towards your chest. Open your arms out to a shape of a T, palms will face down. And just back and forth, your knees are going to fall left and right. And as they do, you can look to the opposite direction in which they've fallen, taking your knees back and forth in the spine twist. And then the next time your knees fall over to the right, go ahead and allow them to continue. So your knees and your feet will stack. Now, as your arms are still extended out as a T, you have the option to keep your knees and feet stacked as they are. You have an option to extend your left leg straight forward, so aiming towards your right hand. And if you do straighten your leg, you might find that you want to bring the right leg down a little bit, maintaining the bend towards the bottom of your mat. So you can adjust your bottom leg. Now this is where we'll create the rainbow over the head. So turn your left palm to face up, rise your left arm up and over the head like a rainbow, and then find yourself in a fetal position. And then return the arm the same way it traveled into that rainbow, into the open arm twist. And then you'll take that a few times, bringing your arm up and over in a fetal position, creating that rainbow, extending the left arm out to open you in your chest. Do that one more time on your own. And then next time the left arm's out, go ahead and pause here and look over to your left. About 2,600 years ago, when Siddhartha Gautama, the soon-to-be Buddha, sat down under the Bondi tree, his resolve was to realize his true nature. Siddhartha, the soon-to-be Buddha, had this profound interest in truth. The questions, who am I? And what is reality, impelled him to look even more deeply within and shine a light on his own awareness. To practice the same sort of self-inquiry inspired by the Buddha, you can quiet the mind and ask, who am I? Or, who is aware right now? Or, who is listening? Then you can look gently back into awareness to see what is true. Ultimately, we find that there is no way for the mind to answer the question. The question, who am I, is meant to dissolve the sense of a searcher. For today's practice, we're going to explore being awareness. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If your leg is extended, go ahead and bend to restack your knees and ankles. And then you may have to shift your hips back to the center as you'll draw your knees back in. Maintaining your arms out as a T, come back to the back and forth spine twist. Just letting your knees fall side to side, looking to the opposite direction in which your knees are fallen. Now the next time in which your knees fall over to the left, you'll allow them to continue. And as you'll stack your knees and your feet, option to keep the knees just as they are. Option to extend your right leg, and you may have to adjust that bottom leg so that this is most comfortable for your body. Turn your palms to face up, creating that rainbow. Right arm will come up and over your head, finding yourself on your side in a fetal, and then you'll come back to create the rainbow, opening the arms out as a T. You'll take 2 more rounds on your own, aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. And then the next time the right arm is out as a T, pause here. You can turn your palms to face down and then look over to your right. It's said that your ability to welcome and experience yourself as awareness is the ultimate tool to help you attain optimal health and healing. I want you to just close your eyes and let this time be a means in which you can take a break from life, to breathe in relaxation and to be in peace. We'll be here for just a few more mindful breaths. Taking long exhales while breathing with your whole body. Space between your top and bottom teeth. Now for those in which the leg is extended, go ahead and bend the knees so that your knees and your feet stack into a fetal position. Press into the ground to lift yourself all the way up into a seat. And then you'll make your way onto your hands and your knees, a tabletop posture. Now with your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, we're going to come into a cat-cow, but a full circle cat-cow. What that means is you can look to your right, you'll dip in the right elbow, you're bringing your belly towards the ground, and then you're pressing the floor away, finding the cat pose. So it's like a barrel roll or a washing machine. You're dipping your navel and then pressing into the ground to arching your spine like the cat pose. Close your eyes and just explore this movement. And then when it's comfortable, go ahead and change the opposite direction. Now, as you'll come to center, we're going to come into melting heart. What that means is you're going to keep your knees underneath your hips, but you're going to scoop your tailbone up to feel a widening of the sit bones. And you're going to walk your hands forward. You're always more than welcome to just bend in the elbows and rest your elbows down and walk them slightly forward. As your forehead comes to the floor, the sides of your body come towards the ground. You're doing as this pose indicates, which is melting your heart down. So maintaining that scoop of your tailbone up. There's this metaphor in which emotions, thoughts, sensations are like individual clouds that are present in the sky being awareness. Go ahead and look forward. Release your elbows to the ground. You're going to bring your chest through the arms and lower down onto your belly. This is called Sphinx pose. So your elbows rest underneath your shoulders. Your lower body is relaxed. If there's a pinching in your low back, you can bring your elbows just slightly forward. We're going to take a cat-cow. So you'll dip the navel, lift your chest and look up. And then chin to chest, press the ground away, arch in your back. We'll do one more together. There's that dip of the navel, draw the chest through, gazes up. Chin to chest, press the floor away, create that arch in your spine. Take a few of this cat-cow, these rounds on your own. Next time you find that dip of the navel and the chest being drawn through, go ahead and just stay here in the Sphinx pose. Soften in your shoulders, soften in the heart, in the chest. You can let your chin fall towards the chest as you release in the neck and the back of the head. Close your eyes, and I want you to imagine yourself as the sky. We're going to stay with this example of the clouds in the sky. Now, as the sky, you're aware of the trees, the smells in the air, the sound of the birds. In this way, you're aware of the things around you that are in the spaciousness of the sky. Now let's use the room in which you're in. All of the objects around you are in your awareness. You're also aware of your thoughts, sensations, and emotions. Each of these are also in your awareness. Everything you experience is in your awareness. So this practice, it's designed to give you the experience of being awareness. And go ahead and lower down onto your belly. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Elbows hug in, legs together. We're going to come into a little bit of movement of baby cobra. Press into your toenails, lift in your chest so there's little to no weight in your hands. And then just lower your chest gently down. Doing that again, press into your toenails. Inhale, lift your chest, little to no weight is in the hands. And lower your chest to the floor. One more time, baby cobra, inhale. And lower your chest as you exhale. Now you're going to come up onto your hands and your knees. You're going to keep your legs as they are, but similar to a child's pose, you're going to sit your hips back towards your heels. The forehead comes towards the ground. Big hands. Now come back forward onto your hands and knees. You're going to drop in your hips and lift in your chest up. So it's like a saggy seal or an up dog, but your thighs, they rest to the ground. Stay here and just roll your shoulders side to side. Or more so, move the shoulders side to side. And then as you come through to the center, breathe in. Slowly lower down to your belly, elbows hug into the ribs, breathe out. Baby cobra, press into toenails, inhale, lift your chest up. Breathe out, lower your chest to floor. Come up onto your hands and knees, inhale. Sit towards your heels like the child's pose, exhale. Come forward into that saggy seal, dip in the hips, lift in your chest. And then slowly lower, elbows hug into the ribs. Baby cobra, inhale. Lower your chest, exhale. Come up to hands and knees, breathe in. Sit towards your heels, breathe out. One more full round, come forward, drop in your hips, lift in your chest. Lower, breathe out through your nose to the ground. Baby cobra, inhale. Elbows hug in, lower your chest, exhale. This time, come up onto your hands and knees and find child's pose. Let your knees come out wide, big toes touch. Rest your hips back towards your heels and your forehead to the ground. You might be wondering how being is different from awareness. Like every experience you have, the sense of being is an experience that arises within your awareness. Awareness, it isn't an object. You can't look at awareness in the same way that you look at a thought or an emotion, a sensation, the feeling of being, or other objects in the world around you. Awareness isn't an object that arises in something. It contains everything, including itself. Without awareness, you wouldn't know anything. Everything, every object comes and goes in awareness. Every sensation, emotion, thought comes and goes in awareness. Your feeling focused or defocused comes and goes in awareness. Your felt sense of being and even self-awareness comes and goes. Every single experience you have, it comes and goes in awareness. But awareness, it doesn't come and go. It's not an object. And because awareness isn't an object, you can't look at awareness as you would an object. Awareness, it just is. But to know awareness, you need to be awareness. Awareness is the sky in which every cloud of your experience appears and disappears. Take 5 deep breaths. Now slowly come to rise up onto your hands and your knees, a tabletop posture. Walk your knees in towards one another and then come to sit all the way up. Shift your weight to a side and swing your legs forward in front of you. Now, as you'll extend your legs forward, you can rock side to side and use your hands to move your flesh. You'll relax in your feet and then hinge forward and down. So as there's roundness in your upper back, you're just allowing your top body to drape towards your lower body. Letting go of any effort. Soften the skin on your face. Soften your teeth. The goal of awareness is to teach you to experience a deep and stable sense of well-being within yourself. Use this experience to experience yourself as awareness. I'm aware of my body, mind, and senses. These are movements arising in awareness. I'm aware of the world around me. The world is a movement arising in awareness. I'm aware of the movement of attention. Attention is a movement in awareness. I'm aware of being self-aware. Self-awareness is a movement in awareness. Everything arises within, moves within, and disappears within awareness. It's everywhere. I am awareness. Now slowly come to sit all the way up. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Bring your hands to the ground so that your fingertips, they point forward towards your heels, big hands. Slide the soles of your feet to the ground, feet hip distance apart. Now, option to stay sitting onto the floor, and you're opening up in your chest. You are just rounding in the spine. So now, as there's this attention to the front of the body, you're exaggerating your shoulder blades in as you look forward. Option to stay here, or option to lift your hips up off the ground and find a reverse tabletop position. Now for those with hips lifted, take a full breath in and then slowly come to take a seat, and then everyone come to shift yourself up and then come to face towards the screen, or maybe it's most comfortable in your setting to face as you are. We're going to come into a wide straddle. So as you extend your legs out, if you shift a little bit forward, you'll bring your ankles a bit further apart. Go ahead and point and flex your feet. Create circles. And then we're going to open up the side body. So release your right hand down and bring your left arm up and over your head. And then come up to the center and then switch sides. And we'll take that side to side. Go ahead and move left to right. And imagine you're like seaweed in the ocean. Find this gentle movement. Feel yourself as awareness. And once you've completed a full set, go ahead and come forward. Continue to relax in your legs. As you walk your hands forward, maybe you have to keep your arms straight. Maybe you're able to lower down onto your elbows. Or if you have a pillow or a block nearby, you can bring the ground closer to you and rest your forearms onto that. You'll allow yourself to come forward and down. Relax behind the legs. Take 5 breaths. Resting as awareness. Now, as you're going to slowly come all the way up to stack shoulders over your hips, you'll come into a butterfly and let the soles of your feet come together to touch. Now, this is just as a transition. Keep your right as it is. Plant the sole of your left foot to the ground. Bring your left forearm to the inside of the leg, and then bring your right hand behind you, resting onto your fingertips. Inhale, sit up tall. Press your forearm into your leg and rotate, look back behind you. Press down into your sit bones, feel that lift in your chest up, and then breathe out. Rotation is in the upper body. Now slowly come forward to the center. Just come back to the butterfly as a transition, and then switch. Plant your right foot, bring your left fingertips behind. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist. One more time, breathe in and stay for your breath out. Now smoothly come forward center. Bring the knees in towards one another. You may, like I, need to scoot around. You're going to come to lie all the way down onto your back. And as you do, adjust your body so that you can get comfortable, creating space. Your ankles come out as wide as your mat. Your arms come out from your midline, palms turn to face up. Adjust your body so that you feel completely supported by the surface which you're resting. Open your senses and welcome the environment and the sounds around you. Scan your body and release any unnecessary tension. Welcome the feeling of well-being throughout your entire body and mind. Now that your body is at rest, we're going to move through a few statements and feel how each statement impacts your body, your breath, and your mind. I have a body, but I am not just my body. I am the one who is aware of my body. My body finds itself in different conditions of health and sickness. I value my body as a precious instrument of experience and action. I treat my body well and seek to keep it in good health. I have a body, but I am not just my body. I am the one who is aware of my body. Take time to register and feel this statement as your actual experience. I have a body, but I am not just my body. I am the one who is aware. I have emotions, but I am not just my emotions. I am the one who is aware of my emotions. My emotions are varied, changing, and sometimes contradictory. They can change from calm to anger, from joy to sorrow, and yet my essence as awareness does not change. Though a wave of anger or sadness may temporarily submerge me, I know that it will pass in time. Therefore, I am not just my emotions. And since I can be aware of and notice my emotions, it is clear that I am not just my emotions. I have emotions, but I am not just my emotions. I am the one who is aware of my emotions. I have thoughts, but I am not just my thoughts. I am the one who is aware of my thoughts. My thoughts are a valuable tool of discovery and expression, but they're not the essence of who and what I truly am. My thoughts are constantly changing as my mind embraces new ideas, knowledge, and experience. I have thoughts, but I am not just my thoughts. I am the one who is aware of my thoughts. Begin to deepen your breath. You're this unchanging awareness in which the ever-changing flow of life arises. Find yourself in a full body stretch. Just notice the changing movements of your body and your mind. But notice the unchanging nature of awareness. Finding yourself in a full body stretch. Bring your knees in towards your chest and roll to a side, left side or right side, into a fetal position. And then go ahead and come to press yourself all the way up into a comfortable seat. As you sit up tall and rest your palms to face down on the knees, close the eyes. When Siddhartha, the soon-to-be Buddha, looked into his own mind, he realized the beauty and goodness of his essential nature and was free. And keep your eyes closed. Let your arms dangle down by your sides. Circle your arms out and over your head to reach up so that your palms touch. Keep your palms together and bring them down through your midline to your heart center. Stay here. Take a cleansing breath in. Open mouth breath out. From my heart to yours, we rest our thumbs to forehead and we'll bow together and say, Namaste. It's said that there's 3 fundamental qualities of your being awareness: openness, wakefulness, and love, which are always present.